Hello, Brick Sculptors. Welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and it is new Lego Day. That's right, it's another double feature. I got two packages here. I've been making a lot of videos, and I have not kept up with my orders. So, I got two orders here. Both of these were ordered from Brick Owl. That is my preferred Lego piece buying site. I do use Bricklink as well, but I like Brick Owl mostly because it works better on my smartphone. But I got two orders here. The first one is from Topher's Brick Emporium, a store I order from frequently. Always fantastic part selection and prices, and the orders never disappoint. And the second one is from Brock's Bricks, another store I frequently order from, because they have a great part selection and great prices, and they also never disappoint. So lots to get through here. I'm going to open these up. I'm not going to sort them. I'm probably going to do a separate video on that where I do one of those more longer format sort and chat videos. Those were pretty popular, so we're going to try that out again. But this time, instead of doing bulk sorting of bin of shame, we're going to sort some new Lego. So anyway, let's go ahead and open these up and see what's inside. I will admit I already opened up this one here from Topher because I had to get the green surfboards out to make my aloe vera plant. If you didn't see that Help Me Brick Sculpt with the aloe vera, I will post that here as well as at the end of the video if you want to check that out. So let's go ahead and take a peek here. I kind of opened this one like an animal, so I'm sorry. Let's see what is inside. Lots of cool stuff here. Oh, I got more surfboards. I must have had some new ones and some used ones. Got a lot of surfboards. Obviously, I got a lot of sand green stuff here. More of these 3 stem pieces. Always handy. As always, I apologize. I'm going to leave these in the bags. It just makes the sorting go so much easier later. I don't want to have to open all these up. So sorry if there's a little bit of glare. Hopefully, you guys can see everything. Somebody did mention post aloe vera video that there actually is an official Lego set with an aloe vera plant, and they actually use these and one other piece. I didn't realize that was in the Botanicals collection, and I feel kind of foolish for not knowing that. So I may need to try to build that or buy it. I'd rather build it than buy it, but to compare it to mine and see who did it better. I think they did. But anyway, this is one of the pieces they use, and that is a fantastic piece. I wish I remembered this and took this out for my video, but I didn't. Anyway, I had 2 of them anyway, so that probably wouldn't have done me a whole lot of good anyway. Anyway, so sand green. We've got some double cheese slopes here. We've got more double cheese slopes. Again, new, used. Generally, when prices are good, I just kind of clean them out, and I'll buy everything they got there. We got some sand green double jumpers and regular jumpers. Some sand green of these 1x1 round with the bar on it, and these clips here. Just random odds and ends. As is usual, when I'm picking out parts, I'll just kind of go through every category a seller has and grab anything I like. We got some sand green snot pieces. And the last sand green thing is some of these clips that have the bar holder. Now I have a lot of these in orange, and these were for a build that kind of failed. They were supposed to go with these, and I was planning to make a pumpkin using these and flex tube. It didn't work, but that was a possible fall challenge build, kind of a last minute one, but it kind of failed, so it didn't end up happening anyway. But that's what those were for. Got some sand green slopes and some single regular cheese slopes. Also some dark brown slopes in there. Just random odds and ends. Another color I've been working on bulking up is olive green. Just some miscellaneous plates there. 3 long, 6 long. Some of these 1x2 slopes in olive green. 1x2 plate in olive green. Some bricks. 1x4, 1x2. Just a color I need to bulk up on. I think it's very useful. I don't own a lot of it. Got some wedges there, some wings, whatever you want to call them. More wedges. Basic plates in here. Also some light gray plates. I'm always running out of light gray plates. Very commonly used in the city, so always bulking up on that whenever I can find it. Also got some dark brown stuff here. 1x1 round brick. Some of these angled pieces, these curved pieces, and these slopes here. Just stuff to fill out the dark brown bin. A couple plates there, some dark gray plate, 1x1s in light gray and dark gray, and 1 3 long olive green plate there. Some plants here. I just bought a ton of these 3-leaf pieces. I'll open this one up. I just bought a ton of these, but you can never have too many, so I got a few more there. They must have been cheap. And then these whips or vines, whatever you want to call them. These, yeah, vines, not whips. What am I saying? Those are a really nice detail piece for plant work. Don't know what I got that for. Must have been cheap. Some 2x6 dark gray tiles. I've never owned these syringes, and I bought them not so much to use as a syringe, but I want to try them as a detail piece. You know, I could stick this in a hole somewhere and have like kind of that top stick out. I don't know. I'm going to play around with that. And I have one dark orange spyglass piece. A whole bunch of droid arms in flat silver, and some of these skeleton arms in white. Those skeleton arms, I think they're skeleton arms. Maybe they're just arms. Who knows? This is a piece I've been eyeing for a while. I really like this piece. I have it in like yellowish orange. But I don't have it in olive green, and I could find a lot of good uses for that. Just a good looking plant piece like moss or something like that. So we got 3 of those. Interesting like whip piece or rope piece. Thought that'd be a good detail piece. Squirrels and stud shooters. The reason I got the stud shooters, people said they use them in birch trees to give an angled branch. And they just use them kind of like a round brick. So I was going to try that. I did some birch trees for my tree sculptor series, and wanted to try that out. I got some squirrels too for my forest in my city. A couple of squirrels. Are kind of expensive, so I don't buy them very often. These kind of flowers from friends are great with the single pin there. Hard to come by, especially this particular one in purple, and a really great detail piece for plant work. Reddish brown candlesticks, some other miscellaneous stuff here, arms, syringes, a syringe. Now this is interesting. I'm sure you all know what this is. I didn't until I did. This is a creeper body from Minecraft. I'm sorry, I'm not a Minecraft person. But I thought this could be an interesting piece to try to like invert it and maybe have things coming off of these 4 connections, maybe make a plant out of it. So I wanted to get one just to experiment with it. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a dud, but maybe it will open some new doors. So always trying to experiment with interesting pieces. A rake. I don't have a lot of these. I use one in my fall challenge build, and I saw it, so I got another one. So that's it for Tophers. Now it's time for Brock's. Star Spangled Knife. All right, this is a pretty big order. Oh boy, now it's all over the floor. So there were a couple of very targeted things in here. One of them was this, and it is foolish to buy these this way, don't get me wrong. I've been using a ton of these in my conifer trees, and I'm almost run out. I own thousands of these, but I've used a lot of them. I usually get these on Pick-a-Brick. It's the cheapest place to get them, but Pick-a-Brick has not had them in a long time, so I was forced to buy. I think there's 1,000 here from Brock's. These branch pieces in green are surprisingly uncommon. For some reason, LEGO loves making these in bright green and in dark green, but the regular green are always hard to get and always expensive. So I got some of those there to help fill up my bin. I thought these were interesting. I've never owned these before. Might be a little bit too much of one piece for a tree, but I thought maybe a tree trunk, obviously. Although I don't know, it's a little strangely shaped. We'll see how that works out. Never owned it. Figured I should try it. One of the big things I was after here was tree parts in this order. And, stuff like this. I've owned this piece in black and white, I believe. It reminds me of like a bazooka, but I don't really know what it's intended to be. But I could see us working well in a tree. You've got that kind of offshoot. You got round, So I got a few of those in brown, reddish brown. Also these here. I already own some of these, but I always want more. It's a newer piece. Great bar piece here with the right angle on it. I got those in reddish brown there. One of the things I really wanted was hinges. Experimenting with a new oak tree design. You'll probably see a new tree sculptor series on an oak tree in the somewhat near future. And the hinges I was using was more like bar and clip, and they weren't strong enough. So I got a whole bunch of ratcheting hinges in reddish brown. And I'm going to experiment with those on a potential new oak tree design. Unfortunately, that might mean replacing all the oak trees in my city, which there's a lot. I have a real problem with building things and then improving them before I finish like the rest of the city. So it's just like a never-ending project, but that's what Lego building is, right? Reddish brown pin connectors. Reddish brown 1x1 rounds with open studs. Again, all tree pieces. This is a great piece, and I've never owned it in reddish brown. And I think this is going to make for a really good tree piece. It's unique because it's got 6 sides, which means 6 attachment points in all different directions. You've got like a bar clip here, and you've got a whole open stud on those sides. So these are going to, I think, work really well in some trees. So you may see those in a future tree design. Harder piece to get, not very common out there. Got some of these plate modifieds with the bar on it. Who knows, possibly for a tree. Technic pieces with the angle. I've got, I think I've got some more of these on another order I just did, but I'm going to play around with those for tree designs as well. A lot of times when I'm trying to just get a new design, you just get inspired by buying a lot of random pieces, and then they'll kind of tell me what they want to be used for. More stud shooters. I didn't really think I needed all those, but they must have been cheap. So I got a whole bunch of them in there, and these ones actually have the top piece on them. Vibrant yellow I've been stocking up on. I don't know why. I'm probably never going to use this color, but it is an official Lego color I don't have a lot of, so got to fill in the bin, right? Also, yellowish green. And got a bunch of that there to stock up my bins. Oh, more vibrant yellow there. Another color I've been working on. My bin right now for these is shared with bright green. So I want to possibly work on getting its own bin at some point, especially as I work on my wall here. I'm going to be doing some upcoming videos on the build room here and future plans, so stay tuned for that. Light aqua, another color I'm working on. None of this stuff has a purpose right now, but again, I just want to bulk up the color. Yeah, if I pull out my bin here, it's pretty weak, so trying to fill it out a little better. The more I have of a color, the more likely I am to find uses for it. So lots of random pieces here. In that sort and chat video, you'll see this stuff more in depth. Green rounded plates. I used these for some bases for my tree designs, and I really liked it, so that's what I bought those for. Coral's another color I've been bulking up on. Reddish orange, although it's still pretty rare because it's a newish, is it orangish red or reddish orange? I don't know. Newer color, so harder to get. But some cheese slopes there. These are great tree pieces. Can never have enough of these. These are the bar holder with clip. More candlesticks. Can't ever have too many candlesticks. Dark green plates. I got some of these in green too for plants. Green or brown both work well for plants. Some of these brown bar with clip pieces. Great for trees also. These are kind of those tooth or claw pieces in brown. Some green bars, some of these kind of green dumbbell pieces. I'm sorry, bright green. Bright green hot dogs. Something I want to play with. I'm probably going to do a video on the hot dog piece in the near future. So I want to stock up on some of those. These are kind of the round with bar, 1x1 round with bar. Great tree piece also. Green with bar on the end. Eyeballs. I am planning on doing a Christmas build, possibly for my daughter's classroom. That I might need to do eyeballs in. Last year I did a snowman. This year I might do a reindeer. So stay tuned for something like that. Hopefully I can pull that off by Christmas. Silver chains, in particular these are the short ones. I use these a lot. Really like this piece. Use it in my disc golf basket. I actually came up with a better design that I'll show you guys in the near future here. But chains. Lime green, some green plate, more lime green. Just lots of different stuff here. This is a cool piece. Kind of seashell here in coral. I also got a little seahorse in coral. Never owned either of those, so picked them up. They were cheap. These leaves are incredibly rare. If these were common, they'd be super useful. I own like 2 or 3 of these, but you can never find them. But if I had a bunch, I could make some really cool, but I would need like a lot, and they get very expensive. So I'm just going to kind of buy them here and there when I see them. Red, trans red, 1x1 round tile. Dark green, 3 stem pieces. Dark green vines. 1x3 window panes. I don't have any of the frames, but I'm going to work on getting those. I'm sorry, 3x3, not 1x3. More clips. These are really great pieces for pipe work and stuff. They're kind of that 3-way pipe, kind of torch pieces. Oh, and these. I had mentioned in a previous video that my trees always twist because I'm using the blue pins. And of course, someone mentioned just get friction pins, dummy. So that's what I did. And I didn't know these existed, I'll admit that. But now I do, and hopefully they work better. So I got friction pins for my trees so they won't spin anymore. Really handy. All right, well, that's it for my 2 orders. If you guys want to see a breakdown of this, I'm going to do a long form video where I'm going to put this stuff away and chat and talk about Lego, and hopefully you guys enjoy that too. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.